Hey Slay Squad, hey Slay Squad. Give me a minute. I'm still getting used to this live thing. Okay, yep. I want to share to my private community, the Slay Squad. If you're not in the Slay Squad and you're a mom who slays or a mom that wants to slay, make sure you request to join that group via our Mommy Slays page. All right, so hey everyone, how you slaying? It's Yandel here. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. Say hey girl, hey Angela, how are you doing? Happy New Year. I haven't seen you in a while, but you are definitely a mom who slays. Hey Chanel, you are definitely an auntie and a wonderful woman who slays. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, let me know how you are slaying this week. Say hey girl, hey, for those of you that are watching the replay. Hey Jesse, how are you? How is everyone doing? So how you slaying, guys? Hey Leo, how you slaying? So I want to know how you guys are doing. So I'm going to start with myself before I get into today's live topic. This is our first slay session for the new year. I felt like I had to speak on this topic. Hey Samantha, so this week I'm slaying okay. If I was looking at the battery in the Everyday Slay calendar where it was on plus and E, I would fall right in the middle. I know a lot of people were excited that the kids went back to school, and I was happy too. But I forgot about, the carpooling situation, having to drive them around. Hey, Danny, how you doing? So I'm right in the middle. So let me know how you guys are slaying. How is your week going this week? So today's topic, I think I put in there, just because you feel broke doesn't mean you have to look broke. And I want to talk about that. Guys, you have to be careful with the word broke. First of all, if you are tuning in, you are not broke. All right, so let's change our vocabulary. You might be going through a rough patch or a rough time, but remember, the word broke derives from the word broken, and you are not broken. You might be picking up the pieces, but watch your vocabulary. So you might be low on funds. Times are hard, though a lot of people flex for the gram or flex for social media, but the reality is that times are hard. People live paycheck to paycheck, but you do not have to look broke because you feel broke. All right, so Chanel says, I'm slaying by working on my new goals, but I'm definitely in the middle, but still pushing through. Okay, all right, good. I can't wait to see those goals come into fruition. Do you have an accountability partner, Chanel? Because that really helps. I have an accountability partner because sometimes I slip. I'm supposed to be going live way more often, and I've been slipping. Hey Savannah, hey Savvy, congrats to you. Happy New Year, boo. Mwah. All right, so let me talk about 5 ways that you guys can slay when you are on a budget. Please share this video out if you think that it is beneficial, and I am going to go ahead and introduce myself for those of you that might be tuning in for the first time with me, or you might not even know who I am. I know a majority of you on the live right now, you all know who I am. But my name is Yandel, and I'm the head mom in charge of MommySlays.com, which is a lifestyle blog. And my ultimate goal is to help moms, overwhelmed moms, go from stressing to slaying so that they could live a more fulfilled life. So I provide affordable, easily accessible resources in order so that they can live their fulfilled life, and provide tips so that they could go from stressing to slaying. So welcome. Today is our first live on 5 ways you can slay on a budget. So yes, Adria is keeping me in check. Plus, I leave daily reminders in my apartment. We have to talk. Congrats on the new place. Good. I'm glad, Chanel. Good. So I talked about, don't use the term broke. If you're watching, you're not broke. You might be low on funds, but the funds are coming. Trust and believe. All right. So number 1, if you want to upgrade your look or your fashion, and for whatever reason you are low on funds right now, and you might not be able to do a whole shopping spree as you would like for a makeover, you can host a swap party with your girlfriends. So let me know if you've ever heard of a swap party before, or if you ever have participated in a swap party before. Chanel has participated in a swap party before, and how do I know that? Because she's participated in it with me. So when I had had the wig boutique, I hosted a swap party with my girlfriends, and what we did was we brought clothes. You know how you have clothes, accessories, shoes, things in your closet that you don't wear. You might like them, but you didn't wear them for whatever reason. So you bring them and you swap it. So let's say it was a necklace, a piece of jewelry. So you might swap your piece of jewelry with another friend's piece of jewelry. It has to be equivalent. And the person you guys have to agree. It has to be a mutual agreement. So, and yeah, Chanel, and it was fun, right? So you swap. So some of you are probably thinking like, well, I'm not the same. What if I'm not the same size as all of my friends? What if the same shoe size, the same clothing size? You still can have a swap party and you can have fun. You could swap purses, bags. There's all different things that you could swap at a swap party. So that's number one, a way to slay on a budget. So that gives you a confidence booster. It gives you some new things, and it helps you to get rid of the old things or things that you're not using and they're just taking up space in your closet. Number two, yes, it was one. Chanel just said that it was a great time. Another thing, guys, is that not only was it a great time, but it was having an event on a budget. So thank you so much. You know I like my blonde. You know Chanel likes my blonde. I like blonde guys. I'm gonna go platinum one day. Y'all just wait for it. Hey Shelly, how you doing? Shelly is one of the Slay Squad members. Hey Shelly, thank you so much for tuning in. So we're talking about 5 ways that you could slay on a budget. So the first one I just finished mentioning was a swap party, and I was bringing up that a swap party is a really fun and inexpensive thing to do because you could bring food. It could take place in your home or someone's home. One of your friends' home can host it. It really doesn't have to cost anything. You just bring your stuff that you have on hand that you don't wear, you don't use, and you could swap them with other friends too. Number 2 is, a lot of you have probably heard of this before. Some of you have probably done it before, but thrifting. You could thrift your stuff, and thrifting goes both ways. So those things that you have in your closet and you're racking up on and you're realizing like, listen, I haven't worn this item. It still has the tags on it. You got to get real with yourself. You're not going to wear it, right? So you could take those items to the thrift store and you could thrift those items and get money back for those items. So that's one way that you could thrift. Another way you could thrift is obviously you could just go to the thrift store to shop for a new look on a budget. So here's my thing with thrifting. I got put onto thrifting in college where I would get rid of a lot of my new brand name clothes and stuff when I needed money. When I would come home in the winter, I remember busting it to Plato's Closet with bags of stuff to get money. Coming home from school break and you have no money at all. So that's how I got put onto thrifting. And then I started thrifting again when I was pregnant with Cairo, my second son. And the reason why I thrifted with him is because maternity clothes are expensive, okay? And they're not even cute. So I think I own one maternity dress from Kendall, my first son, but with my second, I started thrifting when I was pregnant with Cairo again because I wanted to be a mom who slays. I wanted to be stylish and fashionable, but I did not want to spend maternity price on things. So I started going to the thrift store and I got some really, really nice, inexpensive clothes. And the woman told me straight up, she was like, you know what? When you're done with them, you could come back and re-thrift them. Some of them, I'm not even gonna lie, I kept them because they still fit, because I put on some weight with Cairo, with him and his greedy self. But some of them I just did not. Some of them I did thrift back as well. So thrifting is an option. So it goes 2 ways. There's some places that you go, and these are the type of places I prefer, where you get your money up front. They tell you if they would like to buy their stuff. And a tip, guys, you want to make sure if you're going to thrift to get the most out of thrifting, research this store in advance, follow them on social media and see what they're looking for, what they really want, what's trending in that specific store. Also, presentation is key. I lied to you not. I've been lazy and I've just thrown stuff in the bag and they haven't taken it. And then a couple of months later, I'll bring the same stuff back and they'll take it because of the presentation. So you want to put it together nicely. You want to hang it up, make sure it's ironed, make sure it's wrinkle free, make sure the presentation is on point if you're going to thrift, because that's going to make them want to take it back. That's going to be less work for them and they'll just be able to put it on their racks and you'll get your money right away. Another alternative with thrifting stores is that they sometimes do not give you your money right away. They think it's something that will sell in the store. You'll create an account with the consignment shop, and when it sells, then you'll be able to go and pick up your money, but you have to keep logging into your account. So I'm not that big on thrifting. My favorite thrift store is Plato's Closet. The most I've ever gotten at once was like $50-$60, but it's something and it helps, and you could take that money and buy yourself something new that you want to slay with, or something that you've been wanting, or it could go towards something, it could go towards savings, it could go towards a bill, whatever you need it for. But that is the second option. The third option, are y'all ready for 3? Y'all with me? Who's still in here? I can't even see exactly who's still in here, but just let me know that you guys are still here. So the third one is being very specific with coupons. I don't want to tell you to coupon because I know that you know how to coupon already, right? Don't sleep on coupons, but be very specific and strategic and intentional when you are couponing. Here's a perfect example. I will never shade, not say never, but I have always been a ride or die CVS fan. Why have I been a ride or die CVS fan? Because that's one of the only few stores that I can think of. If you know of another store, please put me on. But one of the few stores that I can think of that gives you credit, extra care bucks, money, after you spend a certain amount that you could put back into the store, right? Okay, great, Samantha, good to know. So I started to get very strategic with CVS. I started to buy, with Kendall and Cairo, their formula on average is like $15 a tin, right? So I got very strategic because it was the same price for the formula at CVS as it was the price for the formula at Walmart. So I would go and get my formula from CVS using the Extra Care card, so that I could get my Extra Care bucks. Plus, I would use coupons for the formula. He used Similac, Kendall used Enfamil, but you can get coupons by writing in or going on the specific formula site. But I would use coupons. I would get little checks in the mail from Similac, $5, and I still would rack up on my milk. Plus, my people, ladies that are watching it, and there's no shame in this, that are on WIC or whatever, go and get your formula at CVS using your Extra Care card so you can still get your Extra Care bucks, right? And so when I would get my Extra Care bucks, the way that I would slay on a budget is I would get some type of makeup. Okay, great. I'm glad you're still here, Shelly. I would get some type of makeup or something for me with the Extra Care bucks. Whether it was $5 Extra Care rewards, $10 Extra Care rewards. I don't even know. Have I ever gotten $10? I don't know. But whatever the amount was, I would treat myself back with it. Hey Lawrence, hey Tiana, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey guys, so we're just going over some ways to slay on a budget. So far I talked about having a slot party with your friends, thrifting, don't sleep on the thrift store. I loved thrifting when I was pregnant for my maternity clothes. And number 3 was being very strategic with where you shop for couponing. And I was talking about CVS, how I would rack up on my baby formula at CVS so I could get my Extra Care rewards. And when I got the Extra Care rewards, I would buy something for myself. So like a new lippy or something of the sort. All right. What was number 4? So number 4 was something that a lot of people do when they are low on funds is they start losing themselves. You turn into someone that you're not, right? So, or you don't treat yourself as much. So number 4, the fourth thing that I would do was for my nails. So you guys know that I love nails ever since high school. I get very intricate designs and whatnot with my nails. And so I stopped getting my nails done as frequent when I had kids. One, I didn't have time, and two, that's me. Yes, what's you, Shelly? Do you treat yourself to, or what's you? Are you treating yourself or are you losing yourself? Guys, I keep looking out the window because the oil people, they just delivered. So I'm like, wait, I wanted to make sure they were coming here. We have oil. Oh, I can't stand oil. So yeah, Shelly, tell me what's you? I'm not sure. But I was talking about nails. So what I started doing, guys, is I started DIYing my own press-on nails. The reason why I started DIYing my own press-on nails, one, I didn't have the money to pay all this money to get my nails done all the time. Turn into another person when I'm low on funds. Yes, Shelly, that is the purpose of this video, because a lot of times, and I'm doing this video because I know it can help someone and I've been there before, but a lot of times when I'm low on funds, I turn into like this different person. It's like I gotta do a double take in the mirror, like, Yandel, what is going on? Like, why are you dressing like that? Why do you look like that? Why? Right? So we have to step it up. Just because we feel broke does not mean we have to look it. You know, there is a correlation between the way that we feel and the way that we look. So if usually when you are put some effort into your look, when you look good, you feel good, right? So we have to step it up and we have to self-check. And that's what Mommy Slays is about. It's about living a more fulfilled life, right? So I was talking about DIYing my nails. So I buy my little Amazon nail kit from Amazon and I will color the nails, and they're pre-cut. They're everything. Whatever shape you want. Stiletto, oval, they got them. I got put onto this because I used to buy press-on nails from a black nail boutique. I think she's based in Atlanta and she has some dope press-on nails. But I don't want to say they were expensive, but then I was like, well, you know what? Let me cut down on cost even more and let me try to make these nails myself and see how I like them. So that's another alternative to DIY. And speaking on the topic of DIY, you know, I will make my own wigs. You could DIY your own hair. There's no reason for, just because you might not be able to make it to the hairdresser this week, that, or next week, or the week after, that you're going to have to walk around feeling crazy because your hair's not done. There's so many videos and low cost tutorials that you could learn how to make your own wigs. I have videos, but on top of that, you could go on YouTube. Right now, something for those of you that don't wear wigs or not into wigs, crochet braids are very, very affordable. You can get the little box braids. You could do your crochet twists very easily, and there's very easy tutorials on how to do it. And the last thing that I'm going to say, number 5, is to reinvent your style. So let's say thrifting isn't an option. You haven't been shopping in so long that you don't even have anything trendy to take to the thrift store. Let's say that you just probably cannot do a swap party right now. You might not know a lot of people to do a swap party with or be comfortable to do a swap party, and you already do the couponing thing and you're trying to DIY. The next option and the last option is to reinvent your style. So you probably have certain looks that you already wear, but you can remix those looks. So what am I saying by that? By that I mean you can take a look, a dress that you usually wear, and you can wear it with completely different accessories. So let's say, this is just an example, but let's say it's a black and white dress and you normally wear it with your black shoes and a black belt. Switch it up. Wear that black and white dress with those pink pumps that you bought and you never wore, and they're just sitting looking at you. Put the pumps on. And for Shelly and anybody else that's tuning in, if you ever feel like you're losing yourself, throw on some lipstick and some heels. You'll be surprised how a little lipstick, some lashes, and some heels will change your whole vibe. So just reinvent your style your way. Okay, so those are the 5 tips that I have for you today on how to slay on a budget. So I hope you enjoyed today's slay session. This was our first official slay session of 2019. We will be doing many, many more slay sessions. And if you want to track your inventory and to look in your closet and see what you have, or write down style, inspiration, and makeup books, then I highly suggest you get the Everyday Slay Planner. Right? Get the Everyday Slay Planner at bit.ly/slay2019. There's a makeup section in there for a makeup wish list. There's a fashion section in there. There's a self-check section in there. There's a lot. And speaking of the fifth one on reinventing your looks, before I forget, you can reinvent your looks. For example, this year I want to play around with mixing prints. Some of y'all might think that's crazy. You probably seen it as like, oh, that's not for me. It's for me. I want to mix prints. So I have in my closet, I started putting it together already. I'm going to mix a floral jumpsuit that I have. That's a summer look with a long striped blazer. Yes, I'm going to do it. Okay. And I'm going to take pictures when I do it too. Okay. So that's mixing my look. I didn't have to go out and buy anything new. I'm working with what I had. So Shelly says, I never wear lipstick, but I'll give it a try. Give it a try, Shelly, if you want to, because it's all about slaying your way. But I'm telling you, get you some lipstick. I want to say get red, but get whatever color you like. I wasn't into red for years, but then when that Rihanna Fenty came out, oh yes. That's another thing, a bonus. I'm giving y'all. Okay, here's the last thing I'm going to say for the day. A bonus. If you are looking to try new makeup looks and whatnot, and you just need a booster, take yourself to Sephora and get some samples. Go get samples. The samples are free in Sephora. The way that I do it is I'll go and get some samples, but usually I have intention to buy it. So I'll wear it. And then if I like it, I do end up in going back and buying it. So go to Sephora and get samples they have samples on foundation. Like obviously you can't get samples for a lippy. You could put on the lippy in the store, but you can't, they don't have samples for the lippy. But for different foundations and makeup, play around with, yes, I love samples too. Do not go to Sephora. Another place, if you go to Macy's, a lot of the cosmetic counters in the mall have samples as well. I'm not gonna lie to you, some of them are nicer than others. For example, I know Clinique gives away samples, and Lancome gives away samples, but I'm sure that there are others. So that's another way that you can slay on a budget. Get the samples. Go and get the samples and just make yourself feel good, and you know, that's another way to slay. All right, so let me know if you guys have any questions before I go. I'm going to fill out some things in my Everyday Slay Planner. I gotta fill out my makeup wish list. I'm kind of behind. So they give out free samples in Sephora. Yes, so specifically in Sephora, it's more like you could get free makeup samples. So for example, let's say, Shelly, you wanted to try Rihanna Fenty, her primer. So they would give you, I wish I was in my bathroom, they would give you a tiny little bottle. It's not even a bottle. It's really small container. It's supposed to be able to last for 10 days for you to try that. Then they could match you to the makeup, whatever brand. I'm just using Rihanna Fenty as an example. But whatever brand they sell in the store. So they sell NARS, they sell a whole bunch of different makeup brands, but whatever brand you want, and they would match you, and they would give you little samples in Sephora. So of the makeup, but they can't give you samples of the lippy because they just can't get the lipstick in the tube, if that makes sense. The same thing with like eyeshadow and whatnot, but you can definitely sample they'll give you samples to take home of the makeup, and they do help match you as well. But it doesn't hurt to go around there, because you said you're not a lipstick person. Go in there and test on different lipsticks. So if you are thinking of trying a red, go try on different reds in there. And then what you could do is you could YouTube dupes for lipstick. So something that might be a little bit more affordable than Sephora. You get what I'm saying? So I'm sure there's like a dupe for everything on YouTube. Okay. So that was a good question, because not everyone knows it, or a lot of people forget about it. All right. So I am going to go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's slay session. Thank you so much for slaying with me and tuning in to today's slay session. But the most important thing that I want you to take away from this session is stop referring to yourself as broke. I learned that from Chanel Cooper Sykes. Yeah, I'm going in. Well, yes, go. I learned that years ago from Chanel Cooper Sykes. Do not refer to yourself as broke. If anything, you're low on funds. You don't have it right now, but you are not broke. The word broke derives from the word broken. Okay? You are not broke. You are a whole person that might be going through some things right now, but it will get better. And just because you might be low on funds doesn't mean you got to look it. You want to look good and you want to feel good to the best of your ability, and you want to slay your way. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go see what all my boys are doing upstairs. And you guys have a wonderful day. And don't forget to slay your way. Bye.